Well, it's Tuesday, May 19th. This is the Timmy's at 96th Avenue and King George Highway in beautiful Surrey, BC. And it says, our Tim's has a cash, Canadian and USD ATM. It says there's $1.50 on Canadian cash at the ATM and no fees on US cash. Tim Hortons, of course, is owned by an American company. That drunk driver who killed himself drunk driving, Tim Hortons, he's long dead. An American company has owned Tim Hortons for a number of years. Lots of people are boycotting Tim Hortons. That's up to you. I'm not boycotting them. But I can honestly say my Tim Hortons experiences the last 5 years have really gone downhill. I'm not referring to that place. I remember the staff there being okay. And the Tim Hortons over at Guildford is excellent. The last time I went there, the guy even specifically said, Mr. Carr, can you give us a good review? And I did. Because he was putting up with a lot of gang crap. All white crew, I should add. But the one in Hope, shortchanged. 3:27 in the morning, I go in there to buy something because I have insomnia, so I decided to grab something to eat. And the only employee screaming about how he supports Modi. Like, I didn't come here to talk to politics to you, idiot. I came here to buy a sandwich, and I've had food the wrong order or the food's cold. I know I'm not the only one who has these bad experiences. In Hope, some guy posted a review, he gave them a bad review, and he said, I've been coming to Hope for 20 years because I travel on business, and all the fast food places, without exception, have gone downhill, but Tim Hortons is the worst. Tim Hortons has the most TFW employees allowed by law. And it's come out in the media that it's not a case of we can't find any workers that are Canadian, so we have to hire these people. That they actually sometimes put in fraudulent labor market reports, and they pay people like $5,000 to give them a phony report so they can bring these people in. Poilievre is considered a center-right politician. He says get rid of the TFW program or really, really gut it. Eby is a socialist, the Premier of BC, Mr. Team Orange socialist. Left-winger all the way. Former head of the BC Civil Liberties Union. He also says get rid of the TFW program because he says it's taken away jobs from our young people. Youth unemployment is high. Youth unemployment is always higher than any other group. And it is. Oh, look, the car in front of me has an upside-down flag of Canada saying broken. I don't like that term, but Canada's definitely gone downhill the last 7 years, in my opinion. You talk to the police about a crime, they don't even give you a file number sometimes. Politicians lie and lie. There's scandals and ethical breaches and criminal acts by the government in Ottawa. When I moved to Newton 10 years ago, there was 1 to 2 police car sirens a day. When I left 8 years later, it was 5 to 6 a day. Not good. I was at the Walmart today buying groceries and such, the one at Surrey Centre, and one of the staff members was talking HA this, HA that. She was telling lies about me, saying I told some girl to take her bra off in high school and inside the school. Lady, you're so young, you weren't even born when I graduated in '83 from McNair, so why are you telling lies about me? The Hells Angels are involved in theft, murder, arson, extortion, and pimping, all sorts of nasty stuff. And they get some people into business and they begin a systematic looting of it. The security guard, there was some guy with a black mask in the store as well, some kind of ethnic, and he was saying all sorts of stuff. And you could hear him quite loudly from the front door all the way to where the till where I was. That kept the guards' hands full. I heard a voice say, we don't get many white customers here. I'm white. And I look around and there's a security guard writing out a report on his notepad. Well, if he was keeping it accurate, a report, he had plenty to say about it. 2 of the other customers self-identified as members of the Hells Angels organization, but they didn't have anything Harley on them or any support gear or anything. Crimes the Hells Angels have committed in Surrey include rape and murder and arson and car vandalizing and selling drugs like meth and cocaine. But the Hardside chapter, which is the old chapter here over by 190th Street in Surrey, closed down. Of the original 6 full patch members, 3 were murdered. And I guess they decided to call it a day and go kaput. There are 2 lawsuits against the Hells Angels that were formerly based here in Surrey. One against their landlord, Mr. Gruel. That's playing out in the court system. He called the original name of the property, the owner was New Haven Property Developments, and New Haven was the name of the Barstow Prison Jail in South Burnaby. They closed that down because there was just too many escapes and drug activity there and everything. The idea of Barstow Farms is that you have people raise animals and stuff, and they get a human connection and help some get better people. It works for some people, but overall, no. We got the usual traffic here on King George Highway during rush hour. Everyone's driving today that I've noticed has been quite acceptable. That is a homeless shelter. They keep it well run. They're doing a good job there. This is a strip mall that finally gave up. There used to be 5 businesses there just 5 or 6 years ago. Now it's 0. It's all fenced off, and the windows boarded up. The NDP in this province is running a record deficit, and with a record deficit, we have. I saw some homeless people already today. The economy is not doing good. Unemployment's up. Give these guys credit. This garage here on King George Highway in 78, they've painted it up. Looks better now than when I moved away 2 years ago. Good for them. Way to go. Never heard anything bad about that garage. A woman wearing the garb of a Muslim is there at the bus stop. In San Diego, 2 teenagers went into a mosque there, an education center for Muslims. They wounded some people. They apparently killed some people, 2 of them. The police did what they did. They showed up. The pictures of the shooters have not been identified. And apparently they were anti-Muslim. They had anti-Muslim tracks and everything. So that's pretty bad. And here in Canada, a 17-year-old druggie living on his own, welfare was paying for his place. He took a gun, went to a mosque in Quebec and killed 4 people. I'm not under any illusions about Muslims. They did 9/11. They killed 39 Canadians that day. The Cab Van store at 68th and King George Highway here in Surrey. I go in there for the first time. The woman cashier wearing Muslim guards says, "We're all a Muslim here." The other 2 employees are saying HA this, HA that, and insulting me. I've known Muslims who deal hashish. I worked with a Muslim guy when I was temping at Versacol, and he straight up said he was selling hashish. I come to Canada and I sell drugs. I remember 5 times in my life when Muslims helped me, including that time at the Hope 7-Eleven. The man was with his daughter. There were drug addicts and drug dealers threatening me, and the man said something to them, derogatory, and that calmed the situation down. He didn't have to do that. We weren't buddies or anything. I knew where he lived. We never talked or anything. He knows what I think about Palestine, and he had a Palestine sticker on his car. I say, do you recognize it? Anyways, that was nice of him. I met the Aga Khan's son once when I was working at that Petrocan on Sperling Avenue in Burnaby. He was there to fill up gas. We had a conversation for a few minutes. Very nice, respectable, nice man. This Easy Desert Club is one of those clubs. It's not a part of AA, but a lot of AAers go there and they host meetings. They used to have problems with drug addicts hanging around at night, and that Jeremy Nathan Dyke, cocaine dealer and drunken alcoholic and car vandal hanging out there and graffiti and everything. All those problems are gone. I don't know how they did it, but they're all completely gone now. Mr. Dyke twice threatened me in Surrey, once with a baseball bat, another time with black brass knuckles. The brass knuckles things with the 6 eyewitnesses, including 2 on-duty BSL security guards. And today I'm walking early in the morning. Some Muslim woman, a Muslim again, with a much smaller boy was saying I backstabbed her. I mean, I'm like, what are you talking about? I never was friends with the guy. We weren't Facebook buddies. No. We didn't have each other's emails or phone numbers. He was just some drunk that showed up at a bar that I was a regular at. He was HA. Jason, the acid dealer and stolen property guy, was HA. Billy, the custodian, was HA. Who bought the swag and screws around on his wife. And Darren Chow, the manager, was HA. He talked about running grow ops and stuff. They barred me from the bar for some reason, on a made-up reason. They said I insulted a fat girl. I never insulted anyone for being fat in that bar. Whatever. I was at the government passport Delta for the first time the other day buying some stuff, and some East Indian guy, well-dressed, said, "That Kelly's HA," said, "Total nothing nowhere, guys." This used to be a problem mall, the worst mall in Surrey. They fixed it totally up. It's a perfectly fine mall now. The drug addicts and such that used to hang out there, all gone. They got rid of the bingo parlor and replaced it with a fitness studio. The custom line guy there flashed his headlights at me and waved and pointed at himself, which I interpret to mean that I personally am saying hi to you. I'm not likely to say in Surrey, basically because I can't afford it. Mainland Motors replaces Star Rentals that used to be there. I haven't seen any problems there whatsoever. No offense to Star Rentals, there were never any problems there. It just kind of didn't look nice with cement mixers and motor tillers and stuff at the front. Cars in the front looks better. That used to be a problem property there, all fixed up. They spent the money on a good security fence. Whenever they breach it, they fix it. The Motel 6 here, I've seen various crime people hanging out, and I've only been here a week. Canadian Inn, various people self-identified of the staff as HA. And the guy who checked me out said all the hotels and such in BC are bent. At the Lindaville Hotel, the head lady there, she's talking about crime, talking HA stuff. Freaking ridiculous. This guy's got a Mazda 6, he's from Saskatchewan, and he's showing support for Punjab. All sorts of people are proud of their heritage. Scottish people with their kilt shirts. British people with John Bull t-shirts. Nothing wrong with a guy from Punjab who's showing support for Punjab. And I hope they have a free democratic vote one day to see if the people there want an independent country. Quebec's had 3 referendums, they might have a 4th. Alberta's going to have a referendum because we're a civilized country and allow that. Come on, India, want to pretend you're a first world country? Have an independence vote. Ran into 4 police. Oh, yeah, I saw 2 police sweeps today. One, the transit cops by the bus bench there by the hospital, and right by the 7-Eleven across from the homeless shelter. And in 4 other places I saw the cops, and I saw nothing for the cops to do. Have yourself a good day, and thanks for watching my video.